A long time ago, I had an idea about driving simulators, incorporating them into the education in the high school. And Mahopac is unique, and I think it's the whole Hudson Valley, if I'm not mistaken, that they're the only ones that do their own driver's ed. Everyone else subs it out to a third-party PAS, for instance. So Mahopac seemed like a likely choice, and that's where my son came from. It's in honor of my son Justin, who was killed in a car accident. So we've since went and did some demos at different places. Fresh Green Light Driving School uses them, and they're in Rye, New York. And so we did some demos, and then in meeting that gentleman who owns that, he let me know about Driving School Center in New Jersey. And Michael Ferrara, Senior and Junior, have sold them to us, so now we're trying to have a fundraiser to pay for them, where these driving simulators simulate everything from turn signals, put them in drive, put your seatbelt on, and it's pretty much identical to driving, other than maybe a little bit different on the touch of the wheel.
And best case scenario, how would these be incorporated into this school and beyond? Where do you need help?
The first thing is to incorporate them into the driver's ed program, which we're just about to embark on. And the driving instructor, on his own choice, there's different modules, so there's different skill levels, and he can choose the module that he thinks best for the program and when to institute it. There's beginners, which is probably the best fit for somebody that's a beginner, 15, 16-year-old person, that if they don't have their driver's license yet and they're just learning how to drive, they'd learn all the rules of the road. So, and then there's defensive driving on there. There's driving while impaired module, which is perfect, which Officer Keith also had a great idea in instituting it into the health class here. So they'd like to have a classroom and then break off 4 kids at one time and use the driving impaired module. You just see a lot of fatalities in the area now, whether it to be because of roads, which talking with the highway engineer, superintendent there, and about if we can get some studies on where they've gone off the roads, if we could do some other things besides the simulators. But there's been a lot of fatalities. I don't know if they've all had any relationship to alcohol or anything like that, but some of them are just speed, some are due to inexperienced drivers, roadways. So, but the thing with incorporating it into the health program, we could touch everybody in the school. Everybody takes the health program, they'd all get to utilize the driving simulators.
Is there anything else that we should try to get out there as far as public dissemination information? Now you have a fundraiser coming up.
Yeah, we have a fundraiser coming up. It's on October 15th at the Mahopac Golf Club. And we do have a website. People can donate, whether it's to join in on the fundraiser that night or just make a donation on their own. It's www.jswmemorialfund.com. So they can look it up. Maybe we can put up some text on that. And it's going to be a nice event. And it's all to raise money for these driving simulators, where these nice gentlemen, Mike Senior and Junior, had deferred payment on, and we got them in here so we could start utilizing them a little quicker. As a start, this really could blossom and grow, especially with help of people like you. And I know you had mentioned, why don't we have every school in the area utilizing something like this, and I think that'd be great.
Well, I mean, this is a great program. I thank everybody here for being part of this, and we have got to pull together the entire community. I think Putnam County is beautiful, but especially with inexperienced drivers, these roads they're dangerous.
Yeah.
They really are, and it's not anybody's responsibility or not responsibility. It's just these roads are they're goat paths and cow paths that became roads.
I'm getting ready to do the final drive on the defensive driving program. It's one of the programs that we have here on the simulator. It's about a 4-hour-long program.
Turn the ignition to the on position.
On position.
Fasten the safety belt.
Seatbelt goes on.
Place your right foot on the brake
Right
pedal.
foot on the brake.
Start the engine.
Start the engine.
Put the car in drive.
Car in drive.
Release the parking brake.
Release the brake.
Look left.
Look left.
Look right.
Look right.
Turn on the left turn signal.
Left signal.
When it is safe,
Proceed
proceed
ahead.
forward.
This is going to be a long, a little bit before she's going to tell us something else to do here.
Is it just visual, or do you actually have any sensors where you feel movement?
What do you mean? What's a little hard is because you don't have the weight. See how little I'm moving this. You don't have the feel of the weight of the car underneath you, and even the braking is a little different.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that it's better getting the kids in there before they had any kind of a feel for the car,
Yeah.
and get them on here. And if I could do it, they could do it. You can see the nice skyscrapers over there.
Next intersection, turn right.
And there's a great administration level to it too, because it scores them and it puts them all in a database. And then the driving instructor, when he takes them out on the road, he can enter that in also, and we can send it to the parents.
Right.
I stop
So they
at the
can
stop sign. I look left, look right. I look left again. That's simulating me moving my head. Kids find it much easier by just using that foot pedal, and I do too. 35's the limit. I'm going about 40.
Next intersection, turn right.
As soon as they give you what you're supposed to do, you put your signal on.
Officer Keith had a really good idea on doing the driving impaired module
Next intersection,
with the health class,
turn left.
and he was hoping to maybe get them up there and bring them down 4 at a time.
Right.
But we would have the driver's ed program incorporated into their whole program, and we'd probably leave that up to them on how they're going to incorporate it. There's all different modules for startup, and like Mr. Breitenbach, who runs the program here, said it'd be really, really effective for the people that just came in and don't have their license yet, just got their permit, so they learn the ins and outs of how to operate
Next
on the road
intersection,
before they actually get in the
turn
car.
left.
So, he's testing me. He keeps stopping in front of me. If I want to run in and hit him, then I'm going to get disqualified.
While they're
Look,
on
oh,
it,
geez,
have
it's dark
text-
out. What do I
text
do?
And try and drive while they're doing the simulator. Things that you can't do on the open road.
And by the way, as
Move into the
you
right
could see at
lane.
night, it gets tougher. It really, really does.
I just wanted to thank Kenny for helping me get this thing off the ground. We went to another driving school in Rye that incorporates these same driving simulators into his program. It's a private institution that does driver's education, and that was one of the things that fueled us to follow this and keep going on this particular type of driving simulator and the whole program as a whole. Thank you.
And when Scott reached out to me and told me how he'd like to incorporate these into the driver's ed program, I didn't hesitate to step in and assist in any way I could. I was very excited about it, and I'm very honored to be part of bringing this program to Mahopac, because I think it's something that's really going to help our students with respect to safe driving and making the right choices while driving a vehicle. So this is really going to help out quite a bit, and I encourage everybody who is part of the program, or you may not be part of the program, to get involved in this and actually operate the driving simulators, because it's something that could very well keep you from becoming involved in an accident, and it also teaches you defensive driving as well.
Right.
If in the event that while you're driving another vehicle happens to lose control, you'll know how to navigate around that and prevent the accident. Hopefully. So this is just another way of hopefully saving people's lives and preventing future accidents.
Another thing that Officer Keith had come up with, and a few people had suggested, that we incorporate it into the health program. So maybe they give it a class right up there and they break into groups of 4 and come down and they do the driving impaired program, which is part of the resource officers' part in the health program. So then everybody in the school can be touched by the driving simulator.
So integrate this
Into the health program.
into the health program
Right.
as well.
So
Great
then the
idea.
whole school
yeah.
gets use of it instead
Okay.
of just
That makes a lot of
choice
sense.
view. Yeah.
Right, so you're getting it out, the program
Broadening the encompass.
broadening out to further enhance the program.
Everybody
and-
can use it. Well, they have to
giving them-
take health. They'll
Yeah.
all get to be touched by the driving simulator.
Okay, all right, great idea.
Thank you.
Okay, super. Scott, thanks
All right,
again.
thanks again.
All right,
Yeah.
great job. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Bye-bye.
Good luck.